Instead, he falls for an adorable yellow weasel. He makes an impression on his first day of transfer. Wild beast cubs, don't talk to me. The country mouse thought a cute city guy showed up. He could make a friend, but turns out he can't talk to him. Another lonely day. He wasted those cherry tomatoes he carefully prepared. Then the guy ends up being his desk mate. Not only does he talk to him first, he even pulls his ear and yells, "Are you just posing and acting cute?" The country mouse is angry and upset. Are my ears something you can just touch? You're the one who said wild beast shouldn't talk to you. Now you're talking to me and asking my name. What's going on? The country mouse offers the guy cherry tomatoes he'd saved for a friend. Not only does the guy not reject them, he even says thanks. The country mouse asks eagerly, "How is it?" The city leopard just stares at the mouse's face. "Your face totally matches my taste. You look like something I want to take a bite out of." The country mouse says, "I'm a wild beast too. I didn't expect you'd actually talk to me." Ying Tai looks confused. What kind of wild beast is that? I'm a yellow weasel. I can catch snakes. The smallest and most vicious carnivore in the world. The city leopard snorts. "I thought you were a mouse." City leopard, you've messed with the wrong country mouse. I'm a yellow weasel, and mice are my prey. Watching the country mouse jump around all fired up. The city leopard, who never liked any wild beasts, gets his heart racing. After spending a few days with the city leopard, the country mouse figures him out. He's handsome but has a bad temper, no offense. Just like a wild beast, he's isolated too. But his face seems strangely familiar. Did I see him on TV? He gets caught stealing glances at his new desk mate during class. What now? Of course he denies it. I wasn't looking at you. Before the country mouse can respond, the city leopard makes a... Is it because your ears and tail won't stay hidden? Want me to help you out? An adorable country mouse caught the eye of a city leopard. He'd pet those soft little ears, then blow a breath right into them, making the country mouse's first stand straight up. What can you expect? He's a baby who can't hide those ears. The noise got the teacher's attention. The called out country mouse turned completely red. The city leopard, who'd never liked any beast before, was totally smitten by this little kitty and always wanted to touch him. The soundly sleeping country mouse got woken up. The little cutie took an hour-long bus ride every day. Walked 20 minutes to get home. Mom said he had to finish high school, so he kept pushing through. The first thing he did when he got back to the village was treat himself. At checkout, his grandma told him to stay away from Zhangshan Lele. She said there's a big dog hanging around there. After a long day, the country mouse finally got home. The moment he turned on the heat, bang, and he shifted back. He snuggled into his warm, cozy bed. It felt amazing. Just one more day until the weekend. 2 days without seeing that bad leopard. But where have I seen him before? A leopard that tall and handsome, you'd remember for sure. Must have been my imagination. The early rising country mouse felt his ears, trying hard to hide them so the city leopard would stop petting them. But when his ears were hidden, his tail showed. Having to choose between the two, he went with hiding his ear. After all, bad guys had pulled his tail before and made fun of him for not being able to hide properly. Miss Grandma already. When he was little, Grandma used to pet his ears and say, "Our baby can't hide those ears and tail yet. You're so cute, make sure to hide them when you go out." Now the city leopard says, "Looks like you don't have any friends." Country mouse shoots back, "Neither do you." The leopard says, "That's because I don't want any." "Yeah right, it's just your bad temper keeping people away." Watching the pouting country mouse, the city leopard can't help but want to touch him, and to see him cry and... So he blew a breath right into the country mouse's ear. "Little cutie, will you be my friend?" Came to the countryside looking for his first love, but got charmed by country mouse instead. He's always trying to flirt with her, and he's determined to be her friend. But Mouse doesn't want to be friends with a bad boy. When did he even make a new friend? And he came to ask her to the convenience store. City leopard turned him down because he had to study. He saw country mouse looking awkward and even tongued. "Why are you still alone?" Mouse got so angry. He freaked out and his tail popped right out. That's when things got bad. His pants ripped wide open. His pink underwear was completely exposed. Was so embarrassed and mad he hid to mend his pants. On the way back, he heard everyone talking. Why did city leopard transfer to the countryside? They said he came looking for a girlfriend, but he didn't like anyone people set him up with. If someone could match with him, wouldn't they become rich too? While he was busy listening to gossip, someone suddenly tapped him. Mouse got startled so bad, he turned around angrily to see who it was. Turns out it was a class monitor from class 5. He told the cutie to stop daydreaming and blocking the way. "Get out of here right now." City leopard's desk mates were arguing loudly. He looked even cuter when he was trembling. Yellow hair watched country mouse enter the cafeteria. Wow, he has a good appetite. I wonder what grade he's from. I heard he didn't even go to elementary or middle school. Came straight to high school. City leopard felt bad for him right away. Is that why he doesn't have any friends? But country mouse doesn't seem to care. Look how well he eats. City leopard lost his appetite and got ready to leave. Yellow hair asked pointedly, "You're not seriously into someone like that?" "I do like him, but he needs to be pale, really pale." City leopard was really popular at school. Even the prettiest girls would hit on him. Mouse felt sour inside. He has so many friends now, he won't talk to me anymore. I'm better off alone. Suddenly his backpack strap got grabbed. The little guy can really run fast. Mouse freaked out and almost tripped. City leopard asked what the cutie was gonna do after school. Mouse just stared at him. This guy always had a cold face when he was with other people. How come he's smiling so charmingly now? A city leopard got obsessed with a country mouse. He twisted her ears one moment and pat her tail the next. The mouse was about to lose it. The city leopard takes advantage next. "Didn't anyone tell you to hide your tail and ears?" The mouse felt a little sad, because her mom and grandma are human. When I was little, grandma found me in the mountains and brought me home so I wouldn't freeze. So I never learned how to hide them properly. But now I can hide one. And soon I'll be able to hide both. Even though that's kind of a sad story. I'm really not a baby. Right after she said that, the leopard started playing with her ears again. Well, and said you could think of your ears as part of your hair, and your tail as part of your body. That way it'd be way easier to hide them. The mouse couldn't quite believe it. Those jerks used to pull her tail. And nobody ever told me I could do this. Look like the city leopard's not such a bad guy after all. So she smiled and said thanks for being so nice. The city leopard smacked her. "Don't smile like that or I'll catch feelings." The mouse went home and started practicing in the mirror. muttering hair, become body, become body. After repeating it 49 times, she opened her eyes full of hope, but awkward her ears and hair were still there. This is way too hard. I miss my life before high school. I'd stay in my real form following grandma around, even helping her dig the fields. After grandma passed 2 years ago, I was the only mouse left. Even though mom and my brother visit sometimes, I still feel lonely and cold. I really miss grandma. In my dreams, there's endless snowy mountains. While playing happily, the mouse heard crying, and following the sound, found the little boy. The mouse wanted to say hello, but the boy yelled at her not to come closer. When the mouse turned to leave, the boy cried out, "Are you really going?" The mouse figured he was just a kid and forgave him. But changing shape in this cold is brutal. If I don't, the boy won't understand me. When the boy saw the cute little mouse, he said, "Take me down the mountain and I'll reward you." And then he turned into a little black cat. A cute country mouse saved the little black cat. The mouse didn't want any reward, because the mouse had no pockets. But the mouse wanted to play with the cat again tomorrow. So the cat and mouse went up the mountain together every other day, and built a deep friendship. But the mouse was frail, and had to go to Seoul for the winter. He wrote down his contact info and buried it where they used to meet. Every day he waited for the cat's call, but it never came. The mouse still dreams about it often, and he resents the cat for not reaching out. That letter was buried somewhere near Jiangshan, so the sleepless mouse went up the mountain alone. Completely forgot the convenience store owner's warning. There was a big dog lurking around that area, and it all went downhill. The mouse was so scared he climbed a tree and cried, "Somebody help me, please." That big dog terrified me. Suddenly a car drove by. The dog chased after it, thinking its owner was inside. The mouse took the chance to turn back. He asked the dog if it wanted to come home with him. He even offered some Vortex to welcome the dog. "You can stay with me if it wants, and it can leave whenever it feels like. But your owner's not coming back. If they were, they would have found you by now." The uncle's cute and all, but his report card is just terrible. The mouse wasn't thinking about improving his grade. He was too busy thinking about the city leopard's boss bad boy to be such a romantic, coming all the way out here to look for his childhood crush, looking all serious with that cold face. Then our eyes met. "Why are you staring at me like that? Are you that into my handsome face?" The mouse thought he was ashamed about that handsome face. If only he'd stay quiet forever. Suddenly he caught a scent, fresh like winter air. So the city leopard's an alpha. And me, I'm a low-grade omega. I've barely ever had any pheromone cycles or heat. They say pheromones are connected to deep experiences. Did something unforgettable happen to him that winter? The city leopard smiled, and it drove the little guy keeps sneaking looks at me. That winter so long ago, he once had a cute little mouse too, but he never saw his little white mouse again after that. Leopard came to the countryside looking for a special, but ended up falling for a country mouse. Even though he knew the guy was an omega, he still couldn't keep his hands off him. The mouse was furious. "Are you out of your mind?" The city leopard just said it without thinking, "Because I like you." His head was still stuck on the fact that the leopard came to find his ex. So how could he suddenly say he liked him? So he asked, "You want to be my mate?" The city leopard laughed so hard he cried. Then he rubbed the soft little ears, and asked if his fur was always like this. "Has it been this way since birth?" The mouse made a sound of agreement, thinking about winter. Better not mention turning white. He might make fun of him for being a white-haired mouse. The two were chatting happily, when the classroom door swung open with a bang. The class 5 monitor stormed in, bellowing at the city leopard to hand over his report card. But the leopard's eyes were glued to the mouse. Seeing the class 5 monitor about to lose it, the mouse quickly turned the leopard's face toward him. He wants to see your test scores. Surprisingly, the city leopard actually handed it over and slammed the desk hard. "Why did you transfer here, you ex-student?" The two started bickering back and forth. Sparks flew, and it looked like they were about to fight, when the mouse suddenly jumped between them. "If you're gonna fight, hurry up, class is starting soon." Successfully getting the class 5 monitor lead. But the city leopard said, "You really want to see us fight?" The mouse shrugged his hand away. "Don't you two want to?" The city leopard let out a scoff. "No way, he's too small." "If you really fought, who do you think would win?" The mouse thought that although he didn't know what kind of beast the class 5 monitor was, he looked like a really fierce predator. In human form, the city leopard might win, but in beast form, the city leopard got angry and frustrated. "Don't you know his beast form? He's supposed to be your prey, little hamster. Your beast form isn't smaller than a hamster, is it?" The mouse was getting so mad at the city leopard, suddenly his phone got a message, and the city leopard rushed over to see what was up. "Whose message made you smile like that?" "With a sweet baby." A tall, handsome guy walked through the classroom door. The mouse was so happy his ears and tail popped right out. He jumped onto the guy in a flash. A city leopard fell for a country mouse. He'd flirt with her non-stop, getting jealous over every little thing. When the city leopard saw a message about the mouse, she's fresh and changed. When the mouse jumped into someone's arms, he practically trembled with jealousy. The note said brother, so probably her real brother. But they don't look alike at all. The sight was unbearable for the city leopard. He walked over to say hi. The mouse introduced him as a transfer student, son of the panda group. The brother was intimidated by the city leopard's fierce presence. "Hey there, I'm the mouse's brother." The city leopard didn't shake his hand and asked his real brother. The mouse got upset. "Can't you see my brother trying to shake your hand?" The city leopard finally shook it, though the grip seemed pretty hostile. "Is the brother a mouse or human?" Learning he was human, the city leopard looked at the mouse meaningfully, and he affectionately ruffled her hair. "Be careful on the way home. I think this kid's got something off about her." The mouse whispered that he wasn't a bad person. He just looks a bit scary and has a rough personality. The brother felt the mouse was frail and struggled with staying human shape. She's been raised surrounded by family's love. And worried she couldn't adjust to high school. "I'm so glad she found a good friend." After grandma passed, he'd visit every month. Mom and dad wanted her to move to Seoul with him, but she doesn't like city life. Bad air, too many people, no freedom. Plus she can't bear to leave the home where she lived with grandma. Even though she chose to stay, she still gets lonely sometimes. So whenever he visits, she's thrilled. When he offered to take her out for good food, She's so considerate. She knows college keeps him busy and he needs money. She sweetly says she'll eat anything. He just mentioned mom gave him money for a nice meal. Then mom called. The mouse whined, Mom, I miss you so much. Mom misses her sweet girl too, but mom's boarding now. She told them both to eat well and hung up. The mouse had a big meal of spirits. Her brother came over. Aren't you cold out here tonight? The mouse suddenly asked, have I met the city labor before? He couldn't find her but ended up falling for a country mouse. He's always messing with the mouse whether he has something. Either he's touching the soft fluffy ears, or he's playing with that cute little tail. 1 minute he's jealous of the big brother calling B. The next he's jealous of the big wolf dog. The mouse said the dog probably got abandoned. Her brother asked if the mouse wanted to keep it. The family was always worried about him living, so having a dog around to keep him company. This little sweetheart barely survived a serious illness, so as long as he's happy everyone respects what he wants. Her brother asked the mouse to name the dog. After thinking hard, the mouse says that, let's call him Su Shaofu, it means happiness. I hope happiness awakens in him. Her brother praised her for being so good at naming things. Now the wolf dog has a home and a name. The city leopard didn't give up searching for his first love. He suspected the mouse might be the one he was looking for. The mouse was hospitalized in Seoul. I should have asked for her name back then. There's still time to figure it out before he goes back to Seoul. If only he could see the mouse's true form. But that guy definitely won't show it easily. The mouse was startled by a baby call as she was about to enter the class. How dare the city leopard just call him that? The mouse's fur was standing on end. Stop calling me that. I can call you that, so why can't I? The mouse punched him with tiny fists. You just can't. The city leopard loved being hit, it was so cute. Suddenly, a wild animal scent hit him. The city leopard got jealous. Where did that smell come from? Did you see the message I sent you? The city leopard just said delete it and walked away. He watched the mouse eating since early morning and was confused. Such a little thing can really eat. Wait, the mouse doesn't even have a single book in his backpack. The mouse was both upset and embarrassed. The city leopard kept pestering the mouse about what he did over the weekend. Went to the hospital with my brother, then bought stuff for Xiaofu. The city leopard's world fell apart. Who the heck is Xiaofu? The mouse pulled out his phone and showed it to the city leopard. Xiaofu is a stray dog I adopt. Found out at the hospital that Xiaofu is a wolf dog. Isn't he cute? While Xiaofu's fur is really soft to touch. The city leopard asked suspiciously, it's not a beast. The mouse said it's just a dog, so he felt relieved. After looking at the photo, she handed the phone back to them. Then he pulled out his own phone and shook it. How can your deskmate not have your contact info? The mouse's heart started racing like, why did you just save my number? The city leopard is such a carefree guy. Country mouse got totally messed by the city leopard. Seeing that smile, he couldn't help but reach out his hand, touching the leopard's cute little face. The city leopard didn't dodge, he even leaned into it. When the mouse snapped back to reality, he nearly jumped off his skin. The city leopard blushed and said, I might just chew hard. The mouse got all riled up. What a troublemaker. The city leopard casually walked up to the classroom, but his face was bright red like an apple. The vice class monitor from class 5 happened to see it. The city leopard shot him a deadly glance that scared the kid half to death. The poor kid stammered, why is there a convention class? Tell the mouse to take it easy, alright? Then he bolted. The city leopard was just ignored like that. That little cutie had no energy for anything. What's the big deal about gym class? Then he got a real shock when a volleyball hit the country mouse square in the face. He flashed a dangerous, captivating smile. All anyone saw was a blur of gorgeousness, a few smooth sets and spikes, and the other team went down hard. The match ended in 10 minutes. Looks like everyone was just dodging because they were scared. The mouse bright. Now you know how terrifying I am. Suddenly some classmates shouted for the city leopard to play soccer. The mouse felt let down. He thought he finally wasn't alone. But the city leopard smiled. Too noisy. Let's get out. The mouse reminded him. People are calling for you over there. The city leopard scoffed. Why should I listen to them? I only want to be with you. The mouse's little heart was about to burst. He let the leopard take his hand and, okay. The mouse brought the city leopard to his secret hideout. I used to come here alone all the time. Hanging out here to feel so much better. The city leopard said, then let's stay together forever. The mouse's heart started racing again. He awkwardly turned away and coughed. No way. City leopard was completely stunned. This charming leopard just got rejected by a mouse. The city leopard got hooked on this country mouse. Even let her pet his ears without a second thought. I'm gonna find your first love for you. The city leopard, who only wanted to hang with the mouse, got rejected and told not to be her friend. She said wild animals shouldn't talk to her. The city leopard reluctantly agreed to doesn't want to talk to wild animals. He just doesn't like talking to anyone, especially annoying wild animals. She's just an adorable little mouse. The angry mouse asked, why do you keep petting my ears? You've got ears hidden in that black hair too. I want to pet your ears too. You're always petting mine and I just want to pet yours once. He said okay. Oh, please. The city leopard was exasperated. He sighed indulgently. And just like that, he revealed his leopard ears. The mouse went wild with joy petting and petting. Oh wow, they're so cute. So soft and well behaved, you adorable lady. The city leopard got so flustered from the petting, he had to stop her from continuing. Never had anyone pet my ears before in my whole life. The mouse stared directly at the city leopard. Those eyes felt so familiar somehow. Before the mouse could remember where she'd seen them, a shout from far away cut through the moment. PE class was about to end. She asked the leopard if she could pet him again next time. The city leopard petted the mouse's ears. Didn't I teach you how to hide them last time? The mouse felt disgusted. It's so hard I just can't get them to stay hidden. The city leopard encouraged her to try what he taught her. The mouse gave it a real effort and her ears actually disappeared. But when she tried to hide her tail, her ears popped back out. The city leopard gave her a live demonstration. You get the feeling now, right? The mouse had a sudden realization. Oh, I think I get it. Your ears are like ice cream melting away. So the mouse kept muttering, melt, melt. But she only managed to hide one ear. The city leopard couldn't stop laughing. That's impressive. I can't even do that. That made the mouse absolutely furious. The city leopard reached his hand out to the mouse. Let's head back to class. The mouse thought the city leopard was really great. There was no reason not to be his friend anymore. Now that we're holding hands, we're best friends. The mouse finally had a friend. She was so happy. Her tail wagged like a propeller. Now the mouse was worried. What should I do for my friend? The city leopard hides his ears. He's an excellent student. 一半 sports me too. The city leopard wondered what the little guy was thinking about. The mouse suddenly figured it out. I know. City leopard, you have to trust me. I'm definitely gonna find your first love from when you were little. Helps the city leopard find his first love but ends up playing matchmaker and creating chaos. Now both the leopard and mouse are frustrated. Ever since the mouse agreed to be friends with the city leopard, they become super close. They study together, play together, eat together. Today the mouse got lunch first but is thinking about someone else, so the city leopard gets upset. Isn't it enough that I'm here with you? Do you like that guy or something? The mouse pops up angrily. But he's your friend. So about your first love, you don't remember what they look like. No, I don't remember and I don't know their name either. Ma, 贝西二, you being so nice to me because you like me. The mouse denies it. Nope, we're just friends. Friends help each other out, right? The city leopard grits his teeth. Oh, thanks a lot. Look at how happy the mouse is eating, and still asking how he could forget his first love's fate. Forget the city leopard sighs again. He broke our promise and just disappeared suddenly. He sticks up for the leopard. My grandma says promises must be kept. Looks like that first love has a pretty bad personality. The city leopard is so pitiful. The mouse only spotted into 5th grade. The city leopard's first love is a white creature, and the class president fits the description perfectly. Hunch. The mouse finally shakes off the city leopard and heads to the 5th grade classroom door, when suddenly a girl stops her. What class are you from? What are you doing in our classroom? The mouse asked the girl to call the class president out for a second. 1 second the girl was all shy. The next she's roaring like a dragon. Class president, someone's here for you. Don't pretend you can't hear me. Mouse shyly asks if he knew the city leopard before. The 5th class president flares up immediately. Did he send you here to pick a fight with me? Just because he beat me once doesn't mean his lousy attitude is just like the first love. The mouse laughs and asks why he didn't keep their promise. As his first love, you breaking the promise would make him sad. But seeing the class president's expression, the mouse nervously says maybe she got it wrong. The mouse is actually worried the city leopard got bullied by the class president. The class president suddenly calls mouse by name coldly. You and the city leopard seem really close lately. How about you get along with me too? The mouse is confused. What's going on here? The city leopard suddenly appears and declares his territory. Our mouse doesn't make friends with people who have bad temper. The 5th grade class president loses it. Your temper is even worse. Both of them look at the cute mouse. Who has the worst temper? You tell us. The mouse is terrified. This feels like a no-win situation. Leopard upset country mouse and made him sad and angry. He even put his ears out wanting to be petted, whining and acting cute and pitiful. All because mouse was messing with the matchmate. He got city leopard and hot. Tempered hamster
Poor
furious
mouse.
felt so small and helpless. Leopard and hamster started bickering with each other, using country mouse as a punching bag. He couldn't take it anymore and yelled at both of them. Neither one of you is any good. City leopard tried to defend himself, saying he's way better. Hot-tempered hamster was speechless, so shameless. Mouse got really upset. The kind you can't calm down to go find somewhere else to hang out. City leopard asked, are you hiding home, baby? Country mouse got mad again, don't call me that. City leopard kept pushing. What are you hiding at home? Why are you rushing home right after school? That's probably why you have no friends. City leopard said if you can't talk right, just shut up. That one really got to mouse. While mouse was about to explode, he grabbed his backpack and stomped out. No matter how city leopard called after, mouse didn't even look back. He ran a solid 10 miles straight. Not only did it wear mouse out, city leopard was about ready to collapse. The two exhausted friends just sat down on the road. Mouse said angrily, yeah, I have no friends. Anyway, in 3 years you'll be gone. They don't like me anyway. I'm fine being alone. I have my brother, dad, and mom at home. And I have Xiaofu waiting for me every day. You're new just like me, yet you get along with everyone so easily. When you make fun of me having no friends, it really hurts. City leopard panicked thinking, oh no. He apologized, I didn't mean to. That's just how I am. I'm sorry, I'm a jerk, I'm really sorry. I'm the one with no friends, so why are you upset? Mouse looked up and saw what? City leopard put his ears out looking all pitiful. Aren't we friends? Didn't we promise to be friends? Who can resist a two leopard at all? Country mouse definitely couldn't handle it. City leopard said if anyone ever makes fun of you for having no friends, you tell them loud and clear that I'm your friend. And even if someone wants to be your friend, you say no. You can only be friends with me. Mouse asked, are more friends better? Leopard went, it would hurt my feelings if you were friends with someone else. Mouse wasn't happy, but you have lots of friends, right? City leopard said, I just know them, they're not real friends. You're my only real friend. Few little country mouse saved the city leopard. The city leopard gets totally hooked right away. Last time the city leopard made the country mouse upset. The little cutie doesn't show it, but he's thrilled inside. Mouse's tail is wagging so fast it looks like a propeller. The happy mouse says he wants to take the city leopard somewhere nice. He reaches out to pull the city leopard out. First we'll check out the scenery, then grab some good food. Got out about the country mouse having a good friend. First he gets some allowance from his mom. She tells him to get something delicious to eat with his friend. If he needs more, mom will give him some allowance from his older brother too. He heard the mouse had a lot of fun with his friend today. The brother got into a fight with a friend earlier, but baby, you gotta treat your friends right. Okay. The mouse sighs that his brother really worries about him. Got a message from his brother saying exams are coming up. You remember our promise, right? The mouse is freaking out. His family usually doesn't pay much attention to his grade, but last time his brother accidentally saw his test score. So his brother gave him a little talk about it. They made a deal that he'd definitely improve his grades this time. But since he made a good friend, he's just been having fun instead. When the mouse is panicking about all this, the city leopard comes over and asks what's wrong. He sees his good friend is top of the whole little cutie's face lights up immediately. Friends are supposed to help each other out. Come on leopard, please teach me how to study. What else can the city leopard do? Starting today, the happy mouse asks where they're gonna study. The city leopard smiles tenderly and says the mouse is so excited he really wants to check out his friend's place. The city leopard's worried the mouse might get swindled someday. But the mouse is thinking about bringing some snacks to his friend's house. After all, this is the first time the little kitty's been invited over to a friend's place. He's so excited he says let's go right now. But suddenly someone calls out to stop him. A red-haired kid challenges him saying, so you're the city leopard. My uncle's a board member here, so. The city leopard looks annoyed. He's about to throw a punch when the mouse grabs him. Scoffs and says, why are you even hanging out with him? The mouse doesn't put up with that and kicks him right away. He's my friend, so back off. The city leopard stares in shock at the fuming mouse. The next second the mouse grabs his hand and drags him away. The city leopard calls out to the mouse as they walk. You were so cool just now, but my wrist really hurts. The city leopard exaggerates and says the strength of a beast is no joke. The mouse quickly gets sad and says, don't listen to that guy, he was just messing around. The country mouse came to the city leopard's place to stay. His jaw dropped the moment he walked in. His friend's house was huge and gorgeous. The city leopard even invited him to stay. But something felt off to the mouse. Last time the red cat started trouble, the mouse kicked him away. Then told the city leopard not to hang with him. Turns out the red cat used to bully the mouse. The city leopard kept asking until he learned the cat poetry. The mouse said, let's move on. Let's go grab some snacks. The city leopard secretly wrote it down in his notebook. The mouse asked what he likes to eat. The city leopard said, you pick. The mouse bounced happily and said, follow me. His friend's house is seriously huge and beautiful. This place is amazing. Wow, this is amazing too. Whoa, this is really blowing my mind. Your place is... I could live here forever. The city leopard took the chance to invite him to move in. But something felt weird to the mouse. No way I'm moving in. Your place is nice, but I still love my own home. The city leopard said, I'm only staying here year 2 anyway. The mouse suddenly remembered. He came here looking his first... What kind of person was this kid anyway? Doesn't remember the name of the face, but came searching without hesitation. He must really love them. Will he leave once he finds his first love? The mouse felt a little sad. What's that about? So he asked the city, how will you find them without knowing their face on it? The city leopard said, I know everything else. The moment I see them, I'll recognize them. The mouse smiled and said, I'll help you look too. The mouse got curious about what the city leopard looks like. Was way too plain like a black and white photo. But the sound was kinda strong. This is his first time eating at his friend's place. Gotta take a photo to show his brother. The city leopard asked, want to study math or English? The mouse said anything works as long as he can ace the test. The city leopard asked what his first grade score was. The mouse nervously said, 170. The city leopard's face went dark. If I remember right, there's 179 total. But you promised your brother you'd make top 100. With only 2 weeks left, that seems impossible. The city leopard said, no problem, but you have to come to my place every day after school. Halsey is sleeping over at his best friend's place for the first time. He's way too excited to focus on anything. What if city leopard is too strict? He throws a tantrum and says he's just too tired to study. Things haven't been easy for Mouse lately. Professor Bao is so strict. Not only does he have tutoring after school, he doesn't even get a break during lunch. Mouse is really bummed out. I know them, but they don't know me. After getting another problem wrong, city leopard's face got something inside, but he can't say anything. Suddenly he hears a taunting shout. Little Hamster, the class 5 monitor, shows up again. City leopard won't beat me this time. I've topped the rankings from elementary through high school. City leopard looks annoyed and says, go study harder. Mouse is frustrated. Can you guys argue outside? Little Hamster sees Mouse's practice problem. He points out several mistakes right away. City leopard's face gets even darker. Mouse's hands shake with anger. Why are you doing this to me? Mouse has tutoring at city leopard's place after school. Since today is the weekend, he decides to study a bit longer. Then he'll just stay over for the night. But it's Mouse's first time sleeping over at his best friend's house. So in 2 hours he barely gets anything done. Before city leopard even gets into teacher mode, country mouse completely loses it. I'm already trying so hard. So what if I'm not as smart as you? How am I supposed to memorize all that in just 2 hours? Next thing he knows, he's lying on the ground throwing a fit. I need to sleep. City leopard tries to negotiate 1 more hour. Mouse says he's so tired he's about to pass out. What can city leopard do? When country mouse hears about shower time, his eyes light up. I'm so happy he's bouncing around. Finally I can rest. City leopard explains what the shampoo and body wash are for. Mouse gets mad. Do you think I'm an idiot? The loud door slam makes city leopard smile. Second, Mouse quietly opens the door and asks, can I use the bathtub to soak for a while? City leopard finishes showering and comes out. Mouse slowly walks out, completely relaxed from his bath. He politely says, thanks for lending me clothes. Your bathtub is so big it felt amazing. City leopard starts drying country mouse's hair. Mouse is a little embarrassed and asks where he sleeps. City leopard says, of course you sleep with your best friend. Mouse points out that characters in comics always sleep separately. City leopard says they're not as close as we are. Mouse is convinced right away. Okay, let's share a bed. The moment city leopard pulls back the blanket, Mouse jumps right in. It feels so soft and comfortable. Mouse's first sleepover at his best friend's place. Everything feels so wonderfully straight. She finally figured out she was the city leopard's first love. But how could she tell him when her heart was all over the place? Ever since she heard the city leopard talk about his first love, she had a feeling it was her. So she headed up the mountain with Shafu. She dug around where she buried it back then. Finally found the package with a note inside. First she thanked Shafu for sticking with her. But then she looked at the note. Sure enough, the city leopard never got the message back then. So she really was his first love. What was she supposed to do about this? The next day in class, she couldn't focus on anything. Mouse kept sneaking glances at the city leopard. The city leopard felt her staring and got. So when he turned around, she turned away real quick, acting like she wasn't doing anything. Once he turned back, she'd sneak another peek. After doing this a few times, the city leopard got mad. Just say what's on your mind. Stop messing around. Calm him down. Hey, chill out. You're just too handsome, that's why I was looking. Sorry. The city leopard couldn't help but laugh. He was laughing so hard. Yeah, my face might be good looking, but let's get back to study tomorrow. Seeing her so out of it, the city leopard thought something was off, but she was too worried about being his first love. That snapped her back to reality. The exam was what mattered. Her math score wasn't great, but with the city leopard tutoring her, the other subjects went surprisingly well. The city leopard told her to take her time with it. After finding out she was his first love, whenever she saw the city leopard, her chest would feel tight. She wasn't sure if it was guilt or something else. Of course, she really liked the city leopard, loved chatting with him, and loved studying with him. But they were good friends. What was she supposed to do? She kept thinking about whether she should tell him the truth, but was scared he wouldn't believe her. I mean, she was brown now, but she was white when they first met. What if he just saw her as a good friend? The city leopard noticed something was weird about her, and pulled her to his side suddenly. She almost got knocked over by someone. He was that ready for a jerk again. He fell, and just threw a tantrum about it. The city leopard thought. He charged at her with full force, daring to go after his girl. Suddenly she whispered, do you like white? You don't like darker, fluffier colors. City Leopard asks Country Mouse, do you like me? That question totally got Country Mouse fired up. I don't like you, and Uncle's fists are ready to go. City Leopard wasn't upset at all. She was humming happily instead. If you don't like me, why ask what color you like? She smiled with a knowing look and said, how about you dye your fur white? Uncle got embarrassed and annoyed by Leopard. Look, she really got the cute guy all riled up. City Leopard acted sweet again, asking Uncle what he'd do on his days off. Uncle said grumpily, I'll be busy. Country Mouse slept in for a rare lazy morning. Spring is the season for plenty. Uncle needed to go to the market to buy all kinds of seeds and seedlings. He pulled his little cart and grabbed his list. He thought he'd buy less this year. Last year he bought too much and it was exhausting to plan. When he saw the stir-fried rice cakes, Uncle couldn't move his feet. He saw colorful pants and skirts along the road. He immediately thought City Leopard would look great in them. Uncle pulled his little cart back home, completely loaded, humming a little tune on the way. Suddenly a car stopped next to him. The driver said he was heading near Uncle's place for a delivery anyway. Why don't you jump in? Uncle was so incredibly lucky. The driver even asked if Uncle was adjusting okay to school. Uncle thought about how City Leopard suddenly seemed to love school. He thanked the driver right away. Little Fool came out to greet Uncle. Usually Uncle filled his days off with activities, but today he felt strangely alone. He picked up his phone without thinking. He kept thinking about City Leopard, asking if he panicked like that back then. Suddenly his phone rang. It's like thinking about City Leopard makes her appear. She asked, weren't you supposed to be really busy? I didn't think he'd actually pick up. Uncle scrambled to say, I'm just playing on my phone right now. He quickly flipped the camera to show the food on the table. City Leopard wasn't happy, she wanted to see Uncle. Country Mouse said, the food looks better than me anyway. City Leopard got even more upset. You don't spend your days off with me. I can't even eat the food you make. Next time, no matter where you go, you're taking me with you. Uncle felt his heart flutter again. City Leopard has plenty of friends. So why does she always like hanging around? Uncle grew up surrounded by his family's protection. He never learned the skills he should have. He only stayed comfortable at home. He didn't know what this feeling was. Do friends always act like this? Uncle asked, what's different between me and your other friends? City Leopard puffed into a smile. My cute guy sure knows how to ask a tough question. It looks like things are getting complicated for our sweet Country Mouse. The City Leopard's pheromone scent is making it hard to breathe. Last episode, the Country Mouse was feeling unsettled. She asked the City Leopard what made her different from other friends. The City Leopard said he only keeps people he likes close. The mouse's mood instantly brightened up. She asked if his first love felt similar to having a friend. The City Leopard said they weren't on the same level. Obviously way more precious than a friend. Though the City Leopard laughed and said your coloring doesn't matter to me. The Country Mouse's heart just started racing like crazy. The next day at school, the Country Mouse collapsed. Her body felt so heavy she didn't want to move. Yesterday while working, her body suddenly felt off. Even changing from summer to fall clothes, she felt cold. She got sick a lot as a teen. After 13, she basically never caught a cold, but now the classroom smells like a mess of different scents. Suddenly a pair of large hands touched her forehead. The City Leopard asked if her head hurt. She said it was probably from working yesterday. When he saw her flushed cheeks, the City Leopard panicked. Let's get you to the house office. She thought it was a hassle and didn't want to go. The next second he picked her up and carried her to. But his scent made it hard for her to breathe. She yelled at him to back off. The nurse wasn't in the house office. The City Leopard laid her straight on the bed. She felt like she was getting worse. But the City Leopard said she wasn't sick. This is your cycle kicking in. She's a recessive type, only happens once a year. Usually bounces back to normal in a day. But this time feels really different. The City Leopard realized something was off. The scent was so strong he could smell it even covering his nose. He yanked her blanket away and wrapped her up like a little cocoon. The City Leopard said she's lucky. He even admires his own self-control, but she softly begged him to help her. This leopard can do anything in the city. That Country Mouse is the #1 hothead. He's supposed to be this charming, classy guy, but he'd rather act like a total goofball. Last time we saw the Country Mouse get sick from working too hard. The City Leopard wrapped him up like a little cocoon and walked right out of school without caring what anyone thought. But the classmates stopped him to ask what was going on. They even got to see the mouse's cute little ears. The City Leopard was super protective. His look said don't even think about looking at him again. After he left, the other students couldn't stop gossiping. Why did he take the mouse away with him? His expression was so scared. You don't think he's gonna throw the mouse out, poor little mouse. The next day, the mouse was back to normal. He told his mom about what happened yesterday. His mom felt sorry and said she should have been there. But the mouse said it was okay. Everyone at school and the store had been great to me. He remembered how his mom took him to the doctor when he was little. They said his body was always weak back then. It happened about once a year but never on a regular scale. This time was pretty sudden and weird. But his body's better now, so it should be fine. Even though his memory is a little fuzzy from back then, he remembers the City Leopard helped him. He definitely needs to thank him when they meet today. Suddenly a shadow fell over. Next thing he knew, he was sincere. The City Leopard angrily asked why he came to school. If his body's not good, he should be resting at home. What kind of disobedient mouse acts like this? He checked him out from head to toe and found nothing wrong. But he'd successfully gotten the cute mouse. That was a special situation, it won't happen again. 1 second he was curious about why the mouse is back. The next second the City Leopard was buried under a pile of snacks. The mouse awkwardly explained that he helped yesterday. These snacks are my way of saying thank you. The mouse was just about to see the City Leopard's reaction when a piece of chocolate got shoved in his mouth. The mouse had no idea what was happening. The chocolate tastes just like your scent. The mouse got mad again right onto her. He started throwing tiny punches at it. The City Leopard was smiling and saying how cute the mouse is. But his ears turned completely red and even older. The City Leopard had to admit it. He was totally done for. The Country Mouse made a new mouse friend. Both mice were laughing so hard. City Leopard, are you really in trouble? Our two Country Mouse just got better. City Leopard is sick again and won't come to class. Classmate next to me, Tianfan City. So they asked me, where's your desk mate? I got a little sad when the teacher said he was sick. A classmate joked that you were sick a few days ago. City Leopard wrapped you up like a cocoon. We all thought something bad was gonna happen. Thank goodness you came back to class safely. City Leopard didn't eat lunch with us that day. I felt confused. Doesn't everyone like me? During lunch break, the classmate from next door really showed up. I walked and chatted with the classmates. But something felt off inside. I kept thinking about City Leopard. I was dragging during PE class too. When I had PE with City Leopard before. Time always flew by. That's when we decided to be best friends. I suddenly noticed a lonely figure. The class 5 president seemed to always be alone. So I walked up to say hi. I asked with a smile, why aren't you playing soccer? I even peeked over to see what they were holding. It was study notes. A real overachiever, huh? He suddenly got defensive. I said I don't want to be alone. The class 5 president doesn't seem to like me much. When he heard that city leopard was sick, the class 5 president suddenly laughed so hard it's I asked him, is getting good grades really that important? Of course it's important, why else would we go to school? People who just play around say they only get happiness for a moment. Only studying hard will help me succeed faster. I was confused, is success really that important? The class 5 president sighed and told me to go study too. But I said, do you want to play with me? It's way more fun than being alone. You look like you're not really happy. Can we be best friends? But the class 5 president said, not great won't work. I happily said, no worries. City Leopard's personality isn't great either, when he gets better when he's with me. The class 5 president couldn't argue that. But if it affects studying, we have to stop. I was so happy, another best friend. He suddenly asked, can't you hide your ears? I thought about it and tried to hide them. Sorry, I failed and only hit wrong. The class 5 president saw one of my ears and suddenly burst out laughing. I guess being with me just makes you happy. When Chengli Leopard was 8, he met Country Mouse and decided this cute little guy was his mouse. But that mouse never even told him his name. He just quietly disappeared from his life. Little Chengli Leopard was also pretty pitiful back then. His mom's health got worse after having him. His grandma never liked him. Those accidental looks of disgust scared him. Little Leopard didn't understand what was going on. He just knew his grandma hated him. So he didn't want to be around her. During the family ceremony, he walked off by himself. When he snapped back to reality, he was lost. Everything was white all around him. Even tough little Leopard cried from fear. Suddenly something pure white appeared in front of him. Then it turned into an adorable boy with white hair. The little guy was pouting and grumbling about something. Little Leopard thought the boy was just glowing. A voice echoed in his heart. He's my uncle. For 8 years Chengli Leopard couldn't stop thinking about that uncle who disappeared without even telling him his name. Remembering that cute little face made Chengli Leopard even more upset. Uncle hadn't been able to reach Chengli Leopard for 3 days. Uncle was so worried he couldn't eat or sleep. Suddenly he heard brakes screeching. It was Chengli Leopard coming to school. Uncle called out his name and ran toward the school gate. Chengli Leopard jumped when he got out of the car. What's with this racing heartbeat? Uncle asked impatiently, why are you just now getting here? Are you still not feeling well? Did you get better? Facing Uncle's endless questions, Chengli Leopard finally gave up. Well, you seem really worried about. But I'm not sick. Uncle was confused. Then why didn't you come to school if you weren't sick? Chengli Leopard quietly said it was mating season. This time it hit hard and almost drove him crazy. Uncle's ears got dirtier. Why do you say whatever comes to your head? Chengli Leopard. That country mouse didn't just make one new friend. The city leopard was mad and jealous, couldn't get over it. After 3 days apart, the mouse came to pick him up. The city leopard was over the moon. But the mouse said hi to another mouse and looked at them with such affection. The city leopard couldn't figure it out. Suddenly another voice came from behind. Lick Xiuxian was chatting it up with the mouse too. The city leopard's world fell. How could my mouse make other friends? The country mouse just looked confused. What's wrong with you? Are you feeling okay? The city leopard asked what was going on with those two. We had meals and played together while you were gone. They seemed to like me. The city leopard was about to lose. In just a few days you're playing the field. Didn't I tell you to only be friends with me? The city leopard was so mad he nearly shook apart. I said I only make friends with people I like. The city leopard paused. So you don't like them? Now tell me you only like me, right? The mouse was so shocked he couldn't speak. The city leopard sighed. Our friendship only lasted 1 day. The mouse didn't know what to do with him. You're not like any other friend I have. I like playing with you the most. The city leopard didn't seem so angry anymore. During class, the country mouse wasn't paying attention. He kept leaning over to look at his notes. The mouse suddenly noticed the city leopard was much darker. He wanted to see a black panther, and his muscles looked really defined. The city leopard couldn't take it anymore and pushed the country mouse. The mouse was so startled it first stood. The next second, he fell backward with the chair. The teacher was a bit upset, but since the mouse did well on the test, she let it go. The city leopard quickly helped the mouse up and asked if he was hurt. The mouse was furious. This is all your fault. But the city leopard said, and you did well thanks to me. He also asked if the mouse was gonna have to mend his pants again. Sure enough, his tail popped right out. The mouse huffed, I'll mend them myself. Of course, the city leopard had to come along. On the way, he looked at the mouse's ears and suddenly started rubbing them, saying, you ever heard of an animal that turns pure white in winter? The mouse broke into a cold sweat. Who changes their fur in winter? The city leopard smiled with a knowing look. Are you really just a little mouse? Pure countryside mouse isn't just any ordinary mouse. Since she's an SS, tier rare countryside mouse, I can't share this with anyone. My cute little mouse is gonna explode. City leopard asks right away if I'm just a regular mouse. It scared me half to death. I've hidden it so well. Did city leopard figure it out? I had to shout that I'm just a mouse. Then I made an excuse that I needed to fix my pants. Running like crazy. City leopard just sighed fondly. While I was fixing my pants, I couldn't stop thinking. Something weird is going on here. City wanted to find his first love, but since he transferred, he hasn't actually looked for her. Even the most likely candidate doesn't interest him. The only person he's willing to get close to is, could he already know that I'm his first love? My heart's about to jump right out of my chest. The urgent knocking at the door broke my thoughts. City leopard asks if I fell in the toilet. I'm literally dying inside. I was so lost in thought, I stitched my pants all crooked. I pushed the door open angrily and said, here I am. My pants stitching looked pretty rushed. I was furious. Why are you touching that? City leopard loved seeing me all ruffled and annoyed. The class president suddenly showed up between us. He said angrily, did you rent out the whole bathroom? City leopard laughed and said there are plenty of stalls. But the class president looked even angrier. Back in class I saw the grade report. That's when I finally understood why he was so mad. City leopard stole his top spot again. I went home and stared at myself in the mirror. I was so frustrated with myself. Why can't I be a weasel instead? I basically look the same as in the photo. My face just doesn't look full enough. I tried pulling my cheeks. Finally, my face looked kinda chubby, but even that doesn't help. Once winter come, my shit, everything's exposed. I felt like I'm not your average mouse. I called my mom right away to ask about it. Mom said she already knew. She was worried my SST rare identity could be dangerous. So all my documents were registered as a regular mouse. I perked right up. So I'm not actually an ordinary mouse at all. But mom said not to tell anyone. What do? I really wanted to tell my best friend. I kept looking at City Leopard, almost bursting. He got creeped out by how hard I was staring. He suddenly picked me up and put me on the desk. Before I even knew what was happening, City Leopard suddenly leaned in. I have something to tell you. That totally freaked out the country mouse. She had to keep the first law thing under wraps. The mouse was really torn about it. She was scared the City Leopard would find his first law. Now, she knows she's the one he's looking for, but now she's worried about how to handle his gun. So she asked the City Leopard what he wants to do with his first love. He said he obviously wants to have a baby leopard. The mouse was totally shocked. We're only 18 years old. Back in the old days, guys my age were already working to support their families. The mouse was getting mad at him, that bad leap. She absolutely can't let him find out she's his first love. Well, the City Leopard watched his exhausted deskmate. The mouse was really something special, such a cute little. She ate so much food and fruit at lunch, and then ran several laps on the track. Now she's just sleeping away. Looking at that adorable chubby little face, the City Leopard couldn't help but want to pinch those cheeks. But he wanted to let her get some good sleep, so he couldn't help but reach out anyway. Mouse suddenly woke up startled. She knocked her chair over, covering her mouth and looking at the City Leopard in panic. That troublemaker was laughing his head off. The mouse thought it was a kiss. That wasn't my lips, that was my finger. Can't you even tell the difference, cutie? The mouse was about to blow. You're totally showing off. So she huffed and said of course she could tell the difference. The City Leopard got upset right away. How do you know that? The mouse nervously said because she'd done it before. The City Leopard got mad, the kind you can't cheer up. He turned away and wouldn't even look at her. Just then the teacher walked in. Class started. The mouse had to sit down. This class felt like sitting on pins and needles. The City Leopard had this darker and wouldn't even glance up. When class ended, he just got up and left. The mouse called out to him, but he didn't stop. So she grabbed the City Leopard and asked what was wrong. I don't know why you're upset. The City Leopard said you can always tell. The mouse argued that he kissed his parents when he was little too, didn't he? The City Leopard froze. Then the next second he burst out laughing. The mouse was confused. The City Leopard was grinning from ear to ear. Want to grab some food? My treat. City Leopard got ditched by country mouse again. What happened to best friends forever? The school's holding a sports day. Our class is picking basketball player. Everyone agreed to pick City Leopard. Tall and strong, he'd definitely win. But City Leopard wasn't interested at all. All the classmates turned their hopeful eyes to country mouse. Mouse felt the pressure. City Leopard asked Mouse, do you want to watch me play? If you want me to play, I'll do it. Of course Mouse wanted to see City Leopard play basketball. Then came the dodgeball event. City Leopard raised his hand and signed out country mouse. Mouse was shocked. I never said I'd join. City Leopard had it all figured out. I'll play basketball. You'll play dodgeball. All the classmates agreed completely. Other classes will definitely shake when they see Mouse. Our class is winning for sure this year. Mouse felt a little happy. How did City Leopard know I wanted to play? He seems to know everything I like. Like some kind of magician who helps me out. I couldn't help but thank him. City Leopard was still confused. Mouse ran off without another word. We bumped into the class president from class 5 in the hall. The mouse was soaking up some sun. Mouse went up to say hi. How are you doing since the bathroom last time? Don't always stay alone like that. You'll start feeling sad for no reason. The class president explained he got upset because of City Leopard. I've always been first since I was little. I figured I'd stay that way till graduation. But that transfer student took it from me. And the worst part is he barely pays attention in class. Mouse immediately said he pays attention every day. He said he's just messing with me. Not paying attention is pretty famous around here. The rumor spread social. Not knowing how to comfort him, I heard him ask if we finalized the sports day roster. Mouse was about to brag about joining dodgeball, but remember the classmate said he's the class's secret weapon. He quickly covered his mouth. He laughed and said this year's sports day should be fun. It seems my classmates don't hate me anymore. The class president suddenly said, actually, they've all liked you since first grade. Do you remember Shen being you from third year? Our two country mouse is upset again. The kid's practically steaming. Even the City Leopard can't calm him down. The mouse found out from the hamster class rep that classmates don't actually hate him at all. It was right after school started, when Little Red told everyone not to talk to him. She even sent the big guy to scare the mouse. But the big guy kept asking the mouse his name, then asking how old he was. Little Red couldn't do anything about it. The mouse was trying to sneak away, when the guy suddenly grabbed his tail. The mouse freaked out. What are you doing? That really hurt. The guy said he wasn't done talking. Can I go out with you? The mouse nearly had a heart attack. Little Red was shocked too. The hamster class rep wanted to know the answer. Suddenly I felt pulled behind them. The City Leopard was standing at the stairwell. The classroom door burst open. The City Leopard brought the angry mouse back. The mouse was absolutely steaming. Right at the start of school, Little Red made everyone avoid me. I'm so upset about it. The City Leopard patted his head to comfort the mouse, but he was curious what the big guy said to you. When he heard the guy wanted to go out with the mouse, the City Leopard lost his cool. What did you tell him? The mouse said he looked like an uncle and ran away. The City Leopard couldn't hold back his mouse did great. If anyone like that shows up again, just answer and react that way, okay? Guys who confess without knowing some are the worst. The mouse didn't understand. Do you need to know someone to confess? Expression, the mouse thought he was crazy too. Everyone was nervous and practicing for the sports fest. The mouse was the hidden ace the classmates had, so he didn't need to practice. Normally he'd feel a little left out, but now his mood felt different. Plus the City Leopard invited him to watch basketball practice. A classmate suddenly stopped him, asking if the mouse was free tomorrow. Want to practice together? Our class doesn't know how to play dodgeball, and we lost against classes 1-3. Class 5 especially is way too good. Our classes win all depends on the mouse. The City Leopard brought the mouse to the training center gym. Tomorrow he's going to practice here. And he even called classmates to join. Well, the mouse's heart was racing. Is this it for me? Our cute little mouse became a spirit mouse. Made City Leopard jealous like a brave tool. As the hidden ace athlete in the class, Mouse. His skills on the court were no joke. After just a few minutes of he completely wiped out all his class. City Leopard worried Mouse was over, so he invited Mouse to grab some food. Mouse said it was fine, but the next second his stomach started growling non-stop. City Leopard laughed so hard his belly hurt. Did you not eat for 2 days? He successfully ticked off Mouse. City Leopard took Mouse to the convenience store to grab a snack and recharge before heading home. The City Leopard handed over a cookie. Mouse was eating it like he was having the time of his life. If he got bored living in the country. There's not much to do out here, and you have to travel far just to get decent food. Don't you want to get back to the city soon? Turns out City Leopard actually liked it here better. But won't you have to move back to the city when you grow up? Not necessarily, we'll see what happens. The Mouse was thrilled. He hoped they could live in the same place someday. For the first time, his future included someone outside his family. Living together with City Leopard didn't sound so bad. That night, Mouse had a dream. When they grew up, they were neighbors living together. On the day of the sports meet, City Leopard walked into class. His mouse was surrounded by a complimenting how cute he was. The jealousy hit him instantly. This adorable spirit mouse can only be his best friend. He rushed into the crowd and asked what was going on. Didn't you say you'd only play with me? That I'm your only best friend. Mouse thought City Leopard was acting kinda weird today. The sports meet was about to start. Luckily, dodgeball and basketball were scheduled at different times. After his match, Mouse could go watch City Leopard play basketball. Well, the class rep called Mouse over to sit down. Mouse happily agreed. But before he could run over, he got grabbed. City Leopard said angrily, didn't you say you'd only play with me? City Leopard's jealousy got turned over again. City Leopard turned into a basketball prince, and Country Mouse became his biggest fan. Mouse is so cute. No wonder City Leopard gets jealous. Keeping separate from classmates was the right call. Mouse couldn't quite figure it out. Why City Leopard only wanted to hang with him. Leopard's family only liked his sister growing up. So he figured the more people who cared about him, the less interest they'd have in him. But City Leopard never said that, just complained about hating. Mouse comforted Lego. You're my best friend. City Leopard sighed helplessly, worried that Mouse was making more and more friends. That cute smile everywhere. How could anyone not be drawn to it? I'll keep going like this, and he'd be friends with the whole school. The announcement came on dodgeball was starting. Mouse suddenly patted City Leopard's face. Hey, Red Hair's playing dodgeball too. Mouse was fired up, hoping Red Hair made it to the finals. Mouse had to face him in the championship, so he needed to go give some punches now. He ran over excitedly and whispered with his teammates. They won the game, but Mouse wasn't as fired up as everyone expected. City Leopard heard Red Hair laughing at him. Mouse shook his head, telling him not to. And went to City Leopard. I'm so hot. City Leopard rushed Mouse to cool off right away. He asked, you played differently today than usual. Is something wrong? Mouse aside, I'm scared. What if I'm too good and Red Hair runs away? City Leopard's face lit up immediately. If you need help, just say the word. That afternoon, City Leopard's basketball game started. Mouse sat on the field like a total fanboy. City Leopard looked half asleep. Mouse asked, did something get in Leopard's eyes? The whistle blew, and the ball went straight to City Leopard. He dodged left and right. Half of guys couldn't stop. He nailed an easy three-pointer from way out. Mouse watched, dazzled, losing count of the points. Suddenly a classmate called out to him and handed him a drink. Aren't you hot? The juniors took over all the tents. We're all about to melt in the sun. Mouse suddenly leaned in close and said, you know what? City Leopard's radar picked it up immediately. His jealousy was all over the place. Chen Li Bao's pulling some new trick again, and Shu Shu falls right into the trap. Shu Shu suddenly gets close to his class, just wants to ask why baskets are worth 2 or 3 points. The classmate startled, that's it. You see that line? Outside the line is 3 points. Inside the line is 2 points. He catches a glimpse of Chen Li Bao's eyes, gives the classmate chills. After a brief moment, the Zhang boils back, looking incredible on the court. Even surrounded by defenders, he weaves through and dunks effortlessly. Shu was really wondering, why are so many people crowding around Chen Li, overshooting classmates behind him? Chen Li Bao so hot, let's get a photo with him later. Shu feels a twinge inside, what's going on? Suddenly hears a gasp. Shu looks through the crowd. Chen Li Bao's fallen and got hurt. Classmates say number 11 deliberately knocked him down. Watching Chen Li Bao being helped, Shu runs over asking if it's serious. Takes on the task of walking him to the nurse's office. Li Bao is clearly satisfied with himself, but he pushes Shu away. Don't help. I'm all sweaty, doesn't that smell bad? Shu's stunned for 2 seconds. Then snaps back. That doesn't matter. You smell nice actually. Rushes to the nurse's office. The nurse isn't even there. Shu decides to apply the ointment himself. As worriedly, does it hurt? Chen Li Bao trembles, it hurts so much. So bad I might cry. What do I do, mister? And I fell on the court, so embarrassing. Shu excitedly says, you're the hottest, score the most too. Everyone's saying how amazing you are. Chen Li Bao's face darkens, you were watching. Every time I look at you, you're chatting with someone else. Shu's confused, no I wasn't. I just don't understand the rules. We're just asking a classmate about it. Watching moody Cheng, Li Bao acting up again. Shu thinks he's like a female lead in the movie. Chen Li Bao passes space next to him, motioning for Shu's come over. Shu obediently moves closer, peeping him company warmly. Noticing Chen Li Bao's tail showing, thinks his true form seems to heal faster. The next day's dodgeball championship. Shu leads his team to victory. Classmates are all cheering and celebrating. Shu is only looking for Chen Li Bao in the crowd. Terrific after the cute and cunning country mouse. Last episode, City Leopard twisted his ankle. Mouse was so worried about him. City Leopard watched Mouse's finals with the injury. Little Red still bragging on the sideline, completely oblivious to what's coming. Mouse isn't alone anymore. Now Mouse has Leopard backing him up against aggressive players like Little Red. Mouse could take down 100 in one night. Little Red almost lost it. Wanted to settle it on the court, but nobody expected. With Mouse's perfect strategy, his teammates didn't even need to help. Mouse took them all down solo. 2 minutes in, every opponent was hit. Little Red was shocked. Then the ball smacked him right in the face. He thought he was eliminated too, but his team said the face doesn't count. Mouse said with a side smile he just threw it wrong. Little Red totally regretted. Never let a cute face fool you. Mouse got tossed up and cheered by his team. Our class ace right there. Mouse is amazing at dodgeball, and he was grinning ear to ear. Leopard didn't miss a moment. He pulled out his phone to capture it. But the overall score wasn't enough for Flex. Number 11 hurt Leopard in that costume. Mouse was worried Leopard was bummed out. Started to comfort him. But Leopard said the sports day was actually pretty fun. Would be even better if we could take first place. Then that guy with the twisted ankle just walked onto the court like nothing happened. Mouse was totally confused. What the heck is going on? Chango Leopard wanted to make Shushu hype, so he revealed his true form to help his ankle heal faster. Why wouldn't he? Shushu wanted the NBA. Shushu thought Chango Leopard was just exhausted. That's why his ears and tail came out. It really worried Shushu. Then something even worse happened. Chango Leopard was on a run in the relay race. Shushu wanted to stop him, but the class monitor held her back. His ankle was still swollen yesterday. The class was already so far. Shushu was worried sick. What if he got hurt? That fox played so dirty, revealing his true form. It was almost time for Chango Leopard to take back. All Shushu could do was pray he didn't get injured. Suddenly she saw his ears. Chango Leopard was revealing his true form. A leopard's speed really lived up to its reputation. He easily zoomed past the little fox. Chango Leopard crossed the finish line first. The whole place erupted and cheers. Class 4-1. Surrounded by everyone, Chango Leopard's eyes darted toward the stands. Why isn't my little mouse coming over? Chango Leopard walked over to Shushu with a prayer and asked how his performance was. Shushu's heart was racing like crazy. How could Chango Leopard be so cool? The sports day wrapped up smooth. Class 4 earned the school's MVP. With sports day over, finals were right around the corner. Shushu was happy Chango Leopard finally fitted with the class. His attitude was rough, but he'd answer the questions. Though his patience seemed pretty limited. You don't even know the basics. Go home and study. He brushed him off without a second thought and leave with Shushu. How Shushu tried to get him to be nicer to his classmates. Chango Leopard said teaching her even got him mad. Sorry, you've been so patient, thank you. Obi would have ditched class after 5 minutes of study and given up as soon as things got hard. But meeting Chango Leopard changed everything. Suddenly her ear got pinched. Why are you zoning out on me? Chango Leopard told Shushu not to overthink it. I'm not the type to torture myself. Then he told her he couldn't come to school on Thursday. Days without Chango Leopard were so boring. Even though classmates tried to chat with her, Shushu still felt empty inside. She couldn't figure out what was going on. On the way home from school, it was a message from Chango Leopard. Suddenly someone called out to her from behind. Finally, you're alone. When Chango's Bao's not around, Xiao Kang sneaks in. The two mouse friends are having a blast. Back when Chango's Bao wasn't there, the mouse felt lonely and bored. Xiao Kang came over on purpose. It's rare to see you alone like this. The mouse said Chango's Bao had something to do. Are you heading home? Xiao Kang said she was going to the library to study. Suddenly the phone rang. The mouse apologized and took the call. Xiao Kang looked annoyed. Go ahead, go. Turns out Chango's Bao hadn't heard back, so he called to ask what the mouse was doing. The mouse said she ran into Xiao Kang and lost track of time chatting. He asked in a jealous tone what they were up to. Xiao Kang loudly announced, we're going to the library to study. Then we're getting dinner and drinks tonight. This made Chango's Bao absolutely furious. Xiao Kang grabbed the mouse's phone, laughed mischievously and hung up. Then she really did take the mouse to the library. The mouse happily asked, won't I be a ball? Looking so cute like that, how could Xiao Kang say no? She explained things with the same patience as Chango's Bao. The mouse even thought that if she had to choose a tutor, she picked Xiao Kang over Chango's Bao. To thank Xiao Kang for her help, the mouse treated her to a snack feast. Xiao Kang was pretty happy. I'm definitely better than Chango's Bao. Xiao Kang got a call from home, saying she was studying and eating with a friend. This made the mouse so happy. He said, we're friends, right? Even though Xiao Kang sounded annoyed, she agreed to everything he asked for. After hanging up, the mouse asked, is that your little brother? Xiao Kang said, I bet you have older and younger brothers, it's so annoying. Your brother doesn't call you home for dinner. The mouse said she lives alone now. She used to live with her grandmother, but she passed away 2 years ago, so now it's just Xiao Kang suddenly said, I don't have a mom either. I've lived with my dad since I was a kid. Doesn't that make you really sad? You get used to it. It's not a big deal. After graduation, will you still live alone? I'll go live with my brother. Io Kang asked the mouse what she wanted to do in the future. This stumped the mouse. I guess I just want things to stay like they are now. Play with Chango's Bao. Take walks with Xiao Fu at home. And have my brother visit me once in a while. That's enough. Xiao Kang warned the mouse to be careful. As they were about to part, the mouse asked, are we friends? Xiao Kang's face darkened immediately. Not starting now. The mouse jumped in fear. I never had any friends before. Xiao Kang asked, isn't Chango's Bao? The mouse said shyly, it's different. Xiao Kang was really worried about the mouse. Someone so innocent and cute, who could hate her? She suddenly pulled the mouse closer. The two mice locked eyes. Xiao Kang looked annoyed. What was that look just now? The mouse said, I was just startled. Xiao Kang sighed helplessly. That's right, no special feelings. If there were different feelings, we wouldn't really be just friends anymore. The bus came. The mouse didn't have time to ask more and got Xiao Kang called her back. If it had been Chango's Bao just now, what would you have felt? The mouse thought hard and realized the feeling really would have been totally different.